Hey everybody, welcome back to the LoFi podcast. You're listening to the best podcast on the internet. I'm your host Frank, and with me today is Elisa. We've got Rick with us today.
Yes.
And we are Caleb-less today.
That's right.
Caleb's he's on a mission. Should we check in with Caleb now, or do we check in with him later?
I mean, I think we could check in on him now.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
hold
what's
on.
up?
I got him right here. Caleb. Hey, Caleb. What are you doing right now, Caleb?
Smooth, soft, rough, clean, and irresistible. All these components are what make up our new Lo-Fi Podcast Body Wash. It'll make you want to say ooh and ah every 5 seconds. We guarantee you'll love this new and improved body wash that you'll never want to take it back. Find our new body wash. You can find these at your nearest Costco wholesale.
Wow, that's cool.
Wow, Caleb, that is interesting. Everything you said was very cool.
Wow.
Good to know. Awesome. Hey, Rick, so what have you been doing lately, man?
I've been playing ESO a little bit.
ESO, that's right. We talked about that on the E3 episode where you were like, oh, I'm an ESO player. And I was like, Fallout 76, brah. What's ESO like?
It's pretty good. It's
Explain it to a non-ESO player.
Yeah, what's ESO?
Okay, so
Elder Scrolls Online.
Elsewhere.
Elsewhere.
I didn't know it as its abbreviation. Shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't
Yeah,
notice
so-
that. I was like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
the fuck is this?
But
Yeah.
you
Tell
played
our
Skyrim,
viewers
right?
because they don't know.
Yeah.
I totally know, man. Well, now I know.
But
What
you've
you're
played-
talking about.
you've played
yes,
Skyrim?
Yes.
All right. Well, it's a lot like that, except in a MMO style, where it's
But like, how much
man.
MMO and how much single player? Like, does it strike a fine balance between the two?
well, because it's not like open PvP. You don't really feel other people, but you see them,
Mm-hmm.
and they're in instances and shit.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I'm not really community.
So I have a question about that. So you mentioned instances and stuff, right? That's when you're loading into a certain part of the world. How often is that happening?
It's only when you're doing like the public stuff or when you're doing like an instance. Other than that, it's open.
Interesting.
It's a lot like Skyrim.
So when you go into an instance like MMOs, it's like when you're doing single player stuff?
Yeah, it's
like-
just kind of like you load in and then you're just in the instance.
Oh, okay. All right. And how are you enjoying that? What level are you?
It's pretty great. I am 19, almost level 20.
Damn, you're up there already.
Yeah.
Been spending a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time not playing Final
Well-
Fantasy 14 with me.
If it didn't have my problem with that is if it
Here we
it's
go.
like-
Here we go. We're getting into it.
yeah.
This is the
meat.
subscription versus free to play.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
So it's like free to play, fucking awesome, and I would love to play it. But then the game's already on its last legs and it's dying.
Is it?
When it's at that stage, right?
Yeah,
Most games that go free to play like that,
You know what?
they're kind of like you lose a lot of the like developers putting all that shit in there because they're not getting their subscription, right? So the subscription pays for that shit, right? Because that's what we're paying for, is for them to give us all this fucking better content and not for us to have to buy the money,
Yeah.
basically, with our money.
I'd say maybe back in the day when free to play was happening, like that was definitely the view of it. But I feel like now they start games off with that model in mind, and so they've definitely adjusted for
Well, I'm talking
that
about
kind of stuff.
specifically MMOs,
Yeah.
not just.
No, that's what I mean.
Free to play works with like other media or other genres, but like with MMOs, it feels watered down a bit, and then it feels more you pay to win because I have to pay to buy the currency, and then I have to pay to buy all the materials because I don't want to, or I can't fucking go and collect them myself or whatever restrictions. Then it becomes a paywall,
Yeah.
and that sucks.
That sounds like a mobile game.
Yeah,
on your phone.
exactly. So before it gets to there, that's why I'm having this huge internal debate. Like, should I play it while it's during subscription, because that's going to be the times where they're going to be giving me all the good stuff, all the good content, and everything's going to be great. Once it goes free to play, then it's going to get, I feel, watered down a bit, and then everything's going to get pay to win.
How does this format like differ from like the regular Skyrim game?
Well, in Skyrim, you don't have to do like. It's pretty much.
You know what? I feel like there's probably more fetch quests than there would be like in a Skyrim, right? Probably.
Well, there's a lot of fetch quests.
And I feel like in Skyrim it probably doesn't feel like there's that many though.
But okay, so in Skyrim they have kind of those like goofy quests that are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of those in these too.
Okay.
So you're doing fun quests and funny shit sometimes, or just silly things or bad things, and the quests are really good. And everything's voiced. Like there's no like you're just silent. Everything's fucking voiced.
Oh, that's pretty good.
The story's
I like that.
great. Yeah.
Well, going back to the subscription stuff real quick. So a lot of MMOs that are free to play still give you the option to pay $15 per month or whatever.
Well,
Do they have that?
They're doing, it's like a, I guess like a battle pass, right? Where you, or like the Dota Plus, right? Where it's like a subscription that you're getting.
All this extra bonus stuff or whatever,
monthly
right?
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they do have that.
Okay.
You get X amount of crowns, which is currency or whatever the fuck, and then you have things where you'd be able to do things that you wouldn't normally do, like quick advancement in or researching things like automatically because you just have a certificate instead of having to put fucking hours and hours into the game.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, are you having fun?
The quests are fun. The gameplay's fun. I'm liking it, and I've been playing with Chris a little bit, so playing with someone else is pretty fun.
Cool. If for someone who doesn't play ESO, what would you say to get them interested in maybe trying it out?
I mean, if you like Skyrim, just fucking play it.
Okay. So that's all you need. You just need to like Skyrim.
If you like
Like
Skyrim,
Skyrim.
this is just like Skyrim with multiplayer.
Interesting.
It's
Maybe
multiplayer
interesting.
Skyrim.
Maybe I'll check it out then.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Steam summer sale is happening right now. So
Yeah.
I saw it was back on sale again for
Oh,
like
it is?
it's down to $10 again.
Yeah.
So if you haven't jumped in yet, everybody,
That's really cheap.
now might be your chance to play Skyrim MMO.
What have you been playing?
Me, well, I did kind of mention it while you were talking about your thing. So after E3, they were doing some like free expansions for Final Fantasy 14. But unlike ESO, Final Fantasy still requires a subscription.
Yeah.
Well, I can make a free account where I can level up free up to level 35, but like I wanted my guys. I wanted my account with my guys. So I said, fuck it. I just resubscribed. But I started all over again because I forgot
Wait, you kept,
everything.
You kept it or you didn't?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
I did.
yeah.
I did,
Okay.
but I basically created a new character on my old account.
Got it.
So I was starting all over. And man, that game is pretty solid, man, for an MMO. Especially because you can, it's on consoles, right? And it's one of those that it's crazy how you can literally play with a controller and it's totally fine. So I definitely see hey, I'm just going to be on my fucking bed, just, doing fetch quests. It's one of those. It's like in World of Warcraft where, you're completing quests, you're killing monsters, whatever, right? The story stuff's so far pretty interesting. Like they definitely put some work into it, but I think more so than anything, I just liked how incredibly polished the game comes off. Because they've had many years to fix it and perfect it and all that. But honestly, man, just interacting with it with the controller and stuff, I was like, man, this game is fucking solid. There's no weird. I guess I'm so used to playing stuff early. I rarely go back to MMOs. I guess every now and then I do, right? But I'm so used to shit being broken all the time. Yeah. And with this thing, everything just being fucking solid. It was pretty good.
There's this one fucking quest me and Chris are doing, and you have to cross this bridge, but it's bugged out in a weird way that you have to jump and sprint jump because you're getting stuck on invisible.
Oh, you gotta
walls.
this invisible
yeah,
part you're getting stuck on.
parkouring over invisible fucking obstacles over a bridge and shit.
Yeah.
Which was not intentional, but so that's what I'm saying.
So this one being incredibly polished, no glitches, no bugs, as opposed to something like Dauntless, which I tried to start playing because you mentioned stuff coming out free to play. Dauntless is like a Monster Hunter style game, but totally Americanized, and it's cross play actually, so you can get on the Epic Store, right? And I'm like, oh, cool. Let me try this out. I hear it's good. Whatever. I got some friends who play on PS4. I was like, I'm on the PC right now. I was like, let me install it and play it. So I jump into the world, make my character. I have to go through all these fucking cutscenes or whatever. And then, okay, mind you, the character creation part, like I'm fixing them how I want to.
Yeah.
Nice and thick.
Yeah, nice and thick. I made a thick boy. Do the cinematic and then jump into the world. And I'm fucking stuck. I can't move.
What?
Mind you, it's got the controller. Oh,
The
move the
second you
left
start?
stick. Yeah, I am starting in the world and I can't fucking move.
Nice.
And I'm like with the left stick moving, the right stick I'm moving around. I'm doing the A button and he's like dodge rolling or whatever, but in place. So I'm like, well, the controller works. I was like, okay, let me do mouse keyboard, do the ASW or whatever. Nothing. I'm still stuck.
Damn.
That's
I was like, okay, let me restart. And I'm like, hopefully it starts me right here. Nah, fuck you. Make your character again.
Make your
Oh
character.
my God.
Make your
Big
character
boy
again. I was like, okay, did that cinematic, everything all over again. Literally losing like 20 minutes of time. Okay, here I go. Back in the world. I'm still stuck. I was like,
Wow.
you know what? All right, I'm done for now.
Crazy.
Maybe I'll revisit it on consoles.
Refund.
Yeah, well, it's free to play, so.
Give me my time back.
Yeah, no, exactly. I want my time back, fuckers. So yeah, I was like, okay. I tried to play Dauntless. I was like, that's not gonna happen. So fucking Final Fantasy 14. In the meantime, has been one of the things I've been playing. The other one, though, the other main thing I've been playing is Breath of the Wild. Actually, I kind of jumped back into it.
I was gonna say, you didn't finish it before then?
No. So what? Breath of the Wild's been out like 2 years.
Yeah.
I definitely stopped after a while and just I don't know why. I just picked it up recently because I felt like it's one of those games that like is sitting like halfway. I'll usually put in like 40 hours into a game and I fucking stop. I don't know why. Maybe because if I feel like I'm getting close to the end, I like stop. I don't want it to end. I do that all the time.
I don't finish any of my games.
I don't want it to end.
Yeah.
But like it's happened subconsciously
I
though.
want to say that, but I'm like, fuck. I mean, that's the way it is with Metal Gear for me right now.
Yeah, it's a subconscious thing. You just don't want it to end, I guess. So whatever. I'm like, you know what? I picked it back up. I'm like, I'm gonna do this.
I put in so much time,
Yeah.
and then I leave it alone for like a few months, and then I'm like, well, it's been so long. Now I gotta just start it over again.
I know.
And then I keep doing that,
You
and I
keep just
never finish
restarting.
it.
Yeah.
There's totally games I'll every couple of months or years I'll restart, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, this was nice. don't go away. I'll be back for you in
Put it
like
back
6
for
months.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I picked that up again, and I've been making a lot of headway in that game. I'm definitely. I don't know if I'm getting near the end. Am I? Well, just to say where I'm at, because it's not really a spoiler, but well, I mean, I guess it kind of is. Anyway,
Sure.
there's the main objective. I have one more out of the 4 that I need.
Oh, okay.
1 out of 4 is what I have left for the
That's pretty
main first big objective they give you. I mean, didn't you play a little bit of it or no?
No.
All right. Never mind.
Seriously.
So I'm making my way through Zelda. I'm having a good time. I got the Master Sword. The game is fucking great, man. You should play it.
I need a Switch first.
Okay. I'll lend you mine.
You-
No, I won't.
I've still been waiting. I've still been waiting.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to play Metal Gear
That's
5,
the-
God of War.
I think we just talked about what happens when
that's true.
I mean, okay, so my last attempt to try and play Metal Gear was my PS4 fucking throwing a fit and kept ejecting the disc out.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, fuck you.
That's not good.
I'm just going to go play Dota.
Yeah.
So I've been playing. Well, it's been a long time. Life is Strange 2.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Nice.
2. So there's Life is Strange 1. There's
Then the prequel.
Before
Oh,
the
with that
storm.
little star boy, or what's his name?
No.
Star
The
Kid.
other one. Before the storm.
Oh, Before the Storm. That's right.
Right.
There's
Wait,
2 prequels?
Well,
Yeah.
one's
well,
a prequel.
and
One's
one's
kind of a prequel to part 2, right?
yes.
One's a prequel to part 1. The other's a
Oh
prequel
no.
to part 2.
It's like
Okay, so part 2 is a different
what's
story
happening
than
in the
part
second
1?
one right now.
Yeah.
It's at
It-
the same time as the second one.
But it was this free little episode, right? It was free. They released the little
It's free.
episode that
Well,
it's
I'm talking
attached
about
to.
my game right now, right? Right? Aren't I?
I know, but
You got to talk about your games,
Yeah.
right?
but I'm
Go ahead,
helping him
please. I'm
understand
listening.
how
I'm
many
listening.
Okay, thank you.
the Star
So-
Boy. Go ahead.
Life is Strange 1 has the two main characters, Max and Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
The prequel, Before the Storm, follows Chloe before that game. So
Okay.
prequel to that one. Then we have Captain...
Underpants.
No. Captain something. I can't remember it.
Captain Starboy.
All I see is underpants.
Well, he's a superhero little boy,
He's
you
a little
know?
kid.
Yeah. And so that happens, like the time period is in the middle of Life is Strange 2, which is the current one that I'm playing.
Okay.
Okay, so this one has completely different characters from the first one and the prequel.
What's the big sigh?
I mean, I want to like it so bad.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Because
Where
I
it's just
loved,
not- it's
I
not meeting
loved
those
the
expectations?
first one. I was really
Fuck.
into it, man. Like it made me cry. It was like my second favorite game, you know. And thought about getting like, I don't have tattoos, but getting a tattoo here of it and everything. And this one just doesn't do it for me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like the characters aren't likable. But it feels like they're not likable. You know, in the first game, you have these two characters, and one of them's like real shy, poetic girl who takes photography classes, you know, and personally identify with that, you know. And then the other character is like her rebel best friend who like cusses and I hate
got
you,
tattoos,
mom.
colored
I hate
hair.
you, mom. Blue hair, yeah. And so it feels like now we have one of those where in the very like intro you have the big brother who's like cussing off a storm and he's like, ooh, I'm edgy, cool, whatever, but there's no one to balance him out.
Okay.
Like he has a younger brother and everything, but the younger brother does whatever you do. So if you tell him you can cuss and everything, he's gonna do that too. Like it actually gives you that option.
Okay.
But there's no like have to even that guy out, and so he just seems really unlikable. Whereas in the first one, you have someone to kind of, okay, well, they even each other out with their like positives and their negatives, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't like his character, and I think that's probably the worst part about it.
Mm.
And I feel like, can I talk about story a little bit?
If you want. Just try not to get too spoilery.
Ooh, okay. I feel like the first one didn't really tackle any like current event topics.
Okay.
It was more like a story of a girl who got a superpower somehow,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And this one kind of has that too, but at the same time they're trying to tackle, I think, the current climate with police officer brutality
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
against people because they're
They're trying to say something.
they're like Mexican American or Hispanic, I think.
Mhm.
Okay.
And so that's what the storyline's going through, and like the whole way through, like they're actually they're traveling the country and they're experiencing like racism and stuff like that, and so that part's cool. I think it's actually interesting because I'm like I identify as Hispanic, so
Yeah.
I like that it's actually covering those sorts of things, whereas in the first one it's like, oh, it's just two white girls in Oregon,
Mhm.
you know. So that's the cool thing.
I mean, I did hear it got like mixed reviews and stuff. I mean, people kind of still were crazy about it. Other people were like, I mean, these characters aren't that likable.
They're not likable.
That was
I'm not
definitely
gonna
one of the
lie.
concerns.
They're
Is
not
it 'cause
likable.
it's a different studio or writers? Or
No.
I think it's the same people.
It's the same people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they just took it in a different direction. I haven't followed that stuff very closely though.
No, that's.
Can't
I
all be
mean,
zingers.
Yeah, no.
I liked Before the Storm a lot, though. Another
Rick
one
and I
really
talked
good.
about maybe covering the first season of that.
Yeah, because I've never played it.
And me knowing I only played all of episode 1 from
Okay.
the first one.
Okay, something else. I really like point and click games, right?
Yeah,
I think,
adventure stuff.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
those are cool. And
Ooh. I was just because I was thinking of Gemini Rue. I was re-downloading it right now.
Hmm.
and so, like, you like those too? Then?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
they're
We
cool,
grew up on
right?
that.
And so all those 3 before it are like that, but I feel like I have this need to like click on everything. You know, I
Yeah.
can't skip
Oh, yeah.
over anything.
Yeah,
That's
right?
true.
And
That's
so I feel like this one has more to
Oh
click on,
fuck.
which is like positive and negative.
Yeah.
Because it's positive, like, oh, I'm getting so much backstory here, but at the same time, like, I have like this
Overwhelming.
OCD need
Flashback
where I'm
story.
spending like 20 minutes in a bedroom
Mhm.
looking at the wall.
Yes.
You know, and so it's like boring.
That's
because
why.
but I can't skip it.
Yeah.
You know, so like a little less of that would be great. Just like they don't need to show so much. Just
That's why I felt in like Max's apartment, her little dorm or whatever in the first one.
that, but worse.
Yeah, that's why. That's what I'm picturing because there's literally just everything,
But
posters,
worse,
the
yeah.
fucking music, CD shit on the floor, like just. And I want to click on everything because I'm like, well, I don't want to miss anything, or, you know, you want to. I mean, this is here for you to look at and see, right? You're gonna
Right. There's
you're
a
gonna
reason it's there.
look under this rock or whatever. That's not actual. That's a metaphor.
Yeah.
But like, I did not leave that room until I looked at everything. And you think like, well, how much can they put in a room? But really, it's like a lot of shit they can put in a room.
Yeah.
And not to mention because every time you do, like, you
She says
hear,
something.
yeah, she'll say something about it. You hear a thought from her or
I think
whatever.
part of it is I would like to look up their ages, but she's supposed to be in like high school, right? And in this one, well, they have like Ashley Birch doing Chloe's
Yeah.
voice, right?
Did she
So
do
she's
that
a
in the first season?
Good, yeah, she
She
did
was
it.
also-
She didn't
okay.
do it in Before the Storm though.
Okay.
So someone else took over. Who I thought they did a pretty good job. I don't know who it was anymore,
Yeah.
but I think their voice actors are older than these because one of them's actually a kid. I
Okay.
think. And so you can kind of, because the story's embedded in like, oh, well, look at the wall and see what they're thinking about it, you know, or like walking around and them having to quip every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have really young, inexperienced voice actors, it's kind of like, you
Yeah.
know, one of them's literally like 10 probably.
Shit.
But
The kid, the Captain Underpants.
no,
kid?
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no. His name's
Okay,
Daniel. His
okay,
name's
okay.
Daniel.
All right,
He's-
all right.
But he's the one with superpowers.
Cool, cool. Well, I mean, I guess that's
I'm playing
kind of
that, though.
that kind of sucks that you're not like enjoying it as
I'm
much.
trying,
so.
but you know, there's still like 2 more episodes to go.
Yeah.
You know, but
And you were reading the comic book you showed me. How is that compared to any of the story? Does it like?
it's a continuation of the first one.
Is it also? I mean, I'm assuming that's different writers, right? Because that's comic book writers.
Yeah, it
hidden
is.
that,
It's
right? It's
different.
not the studio doing it.
What I don't. Okay, let me get into why I hate it.
Okay. Yes. Tell me.
The comic.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it has to do with the premise. Just the premise is what I hate. Because the very end of the first game, I'm not going to spoil it because if you guys play it,
Yeah.
you know, like any other episodic game, you have different endings, right?
Okay.
And if you, there's 2 endings that you can get. I'm not going to say what they are, but there's
Mhm.
one visually that lasts longer than the other one.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a lot more drawn out, more emotional, and I feel everybody kind of agrees that that's the good,
True ending.
true ending, right? And that's the ending that I ended up choosing. And then this comic book kind of continues from the end of the first one with the other ending.
Oh.
Mm.
So it's like, it feels like it's not even attached to my game because it wouldn't have existed with the ending that I chose.
That kind of sucks.
You get me?
Yeah, but that's pretty cool to think about, right? Because then they themselves
Right.
had to have made that choice, and and thought about which path they wanted to continue that story.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, not my ending. Not my ending. But yeah. so
Well,
that's what I'm playing.
that's cool. Yeah, time to watch anything lately?
Okay, for all you people who still have your HBO subscriptions after Game of Thrones,
Not me.
watch Chernobyl.
Oh.
It's so good. It's only 5 episodes.
Why does
How
only
long are
five?
It's a mini-series.
Okay.
Like an hour and 15 minutes each
Is
episode.
it in English or is it one of those?
It's English.
Okay.
It's in
It's
English.
not foreign, indie, Russian.
You would think, right? Considering what the
Well, I
material
mean,
is, but
yeah.
no, it's in English. But as far as I know, they're all unknown actors, aside from like a couple. Well, actually, one of the Game of Thrones guys is in it. Too.
Oh.
What's it? The old Maester, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Maester.
Well, there's like
I forget his
2 I can think of.
about. The one at Winterfell.
Okay. Yeah.
You know him.
Yeah, yeah,
you know
I
what I'm talking
what
about.
you mean,
Yeah, he's in it. But it's okay, guys. Like, I'm not even shitting you. Like, it is
It's good?
amazing. It is amazing. It's
Interesting.
really good. I almost cried. It did a really good job of, like, if you research what actually happened with that event, like, it's really accurate. It's really accurate with that.
Cool. I like that.
At the same time, it's not using, like, gore or anything for shock value. For shock value. It shows you gore.
Yeah.
And, yeah, right?
Okay.
Because I
Not
was
for
looking
shock value. Got
not for shock value.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's using it, but it's kind of just trying to be like an honest portrayal of what happened.
That's
you know?
cool.
So, because you do have to kind of be respectful with like kind of true events, at least for me. I feel like better about it if you're not like if I was a victim or knew someone who had gone through that, I wouldn't want them to like over hype it and use gore for that kind of reason.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
and I think it does a really good job of like, because so much of it is rooted in what the government, like what their role in it was, that it's kind of like a mirror, like, hey, pay attention to these kinds of things because
It's almost like a warning.
really, really good though. Really good acting, really good score.
That's cool.
I listened to the score on Spotify. Good.
I mean, I feel like I've always heard about Chernobyl, but never knew like the actual story
Yeah,
to
me
it
too.
all. So I think this is kind of
It was good for me to
Yeah.
learn about it.
yeah, it's one of those things where it's it's probably good to watch, but cool because it's historically at least pretty accurate to
It's
what
pretty good.
happened.
Yeah.
So that sounds cool.
My dad's like a huge history buff, and he was like doing a bunch of research, and he's like, "Hey, it's pretty good. It's
Oh,
pretty
cool.
accurate."
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of history, I started watching Outlander because it's on Netflix now.
What's Outlander?
Yeah. What's that? I don't know.
It's off the book or the novels. I forget the author's name.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm on episode 2. Okay.
Okay.
So first episode, it's a chick. She's in. Fuck, I forget the year.
Time period. What time
I
period?
want to say World War One-ish.
Okay.
Okay,
World
a little
War
after.
One,
She was
okay.
like a nurse in World War One or whatever. So it's after World War One, before World War Two, and she's with her husband, and they're traveling on the like Scottish fucking plains and shit or whatever. And he's the history buff, and she's semi, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's telling her about this one place that he wanted to watch these old witches, right? They would come from the town and they would perform some ceremony, some mystic ceremony. He just wanted to go watch and spy on them and shit. So after that, she walks up to one of the stones and she touches them, and then she like wakes up, and she's like a couple centuries back.
I have heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So now she's stuck in the past, but she has some information that she's got from her husband, and you know his family and stuff is tied to all that shit.
Interesting.
So she knows some people and some customs, and her adjusting to that. But it's really accurate with history,
Mm-hmm.
and the production's pretty great. Nudity, pretty good. Got some good titty shots.
There's a
Any
penis shot in Chernobyl.
any
Yeah.
No penis in this one yet.
any
Yeah.
anyone that we would recognize and
What's his name from Game of Thrones? Is the
just
dude.
everyone, man. Everyone's finding
I
jobs
know.
after Game of Thrones.
What's his name? The uncle,
Which
Rob's uncle, the one who married the
Oh.
Frey
yeah.
woman
Who
in
came
his
out at
place.
the end?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. At the end, he
Sit
came
down,
out.
Uncle.
So
That
yeah,
one.
that dude. He's in it, and
That guy seems like a cool dude. They should have let him finish talking though.
I would have listened to him.
I would have listened. He
I
seemed
listened.
pretty credible.
Sounds just a bitch.
That's cool, man.
Nah, fuck democracy.
I think I remember seeing the trailer to that. That seemed interesting though.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I don't-
Tanya was really into it.
Yeah.
So she strongly recommended it, and it had been on my to watch list.
Yeah.
So now that it's on Netflix, yeah,
Cool.
starting that.
Cool. I went to the movies recently.
Would you watch?
Really?
Toy Story 4.
How was it?
It was good.
Okay, rank
I liked
them.
it.
Rank them
Okay.
from 1 to 4.
Just straight to the
Four.
ranking.
Yeah.
Okay. The only reason I'm gonna give the first one the number 1 spot is because I feel like that was just timeless, and like we're at the right age for something like that.
Okay.
And I was like, you can't replace how you felt, and just in that moment especially, you know what I mean. That movie was so fucking great. So I don't think no other Toy Story will ever top the first one.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Okay, so
That
one.
being said,
One is one.
I'm gonna put 4 next.
1, 4.
Yeah. And then probably 2, 3.
Oh. You put okay.
Okay, well, I'll get to those in a second here. So, just a quick little overview of it. I didn't think Toy Story needed another movie. I mean, in a way, there maybe didn't need to be one after the first one,
Right.
in my
I
opinion.
agree.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
I agree.
But you hear they're doing a part 4, you're like, oh, come on, man. Like, they closed it out on 3. Like,
I thought that was a perfect. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
even think that was necessary.
yeah, it's a good
yeah.
send off, you know?
Yeah.
The cycle.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, you know, they have more to say, and I think it does a pretty good job of. It's like giving you another, let's say, another kind of ending, but also pretty good.
Do you think this is the ending? Like they're gonna stop
The
now?
true ending.
The true.
Without giving anything away, I'm gonna say they could probably continue stuff if they wanted to.
Okay.
You know, I mean, when you think about it, maybe even after 3, obviously they still could, because they're like, oh, they gave all these toys to this new
Yeah.
little girl and she has new toys, so okay, we can make more movies with these new toys and this new little girl or whatever.
Well, that's what they did, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit of that. Yeah, for sure. You know, so it's a little bit of that. A little bittersweet. Very, very good. Just overall, man, like I found it to be funnier than 2 and 3, in my opinion. Like I laughed out loud pretty good. There's these Key and Peele characters. They're these little
Are they
stuffed
actually
animals.
Key and Peele?
It's them, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and they're like a duo.
Nice.
So those characters in the movie are like fun to like watch or whatever. I think they were probably my favorites of the thing, aside from other people that are in it.
You know what I hated about the third movie?
What?
Let's hear. What
When-
did you hear
when
about?
Buzz
Hate about the third
Lightyear's
one?
like doing a samba or something.
Yeah,
Because he
yeah.
went into Spanish mode.
Yeah,
I just hated that.
yeah.
Just so
You
know.
thought because it was like they were forcing the funny,
Yeah.
rather than actually being funny.
I think it's funny that he has like a different language mode. That's funny.
That's cool.
That's cool. But,
But like they didn't like
did
utilize
he have
it.
to dance all stupid? No. I hated that part. But go on. Talk
Yeah,
about
that's
Toy
fine.
Story 4.
Okay, so going back real quick to the rankings. So the reason I kind of would put 2 over 3 would be because what I liked about part 2, one of my favorite moments of just, let's say, all the Toy Stories was like when they're when they're redoing Woody and they're like painting him
Yeah.
again, and it's just this like classical music
That's
playing, I think,
aesthetically
right?
pleasing.
And yeah, just watching it, you're like, oh, this is like ASMR for my eyeballs
is.
or
I mean,
something.
Dude, Kelsey Grammer was fucking great as Prospector Pete.
Yeah.
Stinky Pete.
It was like, I don't know, I recall moments like that, right? Or even like, oh, dude, we actually got to see fucking Zurg come out or whatever. There's moments like that. Whereas like the third one, all I remember is that there was a pink bear who was an asshole. Also,
You're an asshole.
Jessie's story was also pretty sad. That definitely made me cry when they were first telling her
You
story.
cried?
I did. Dude, Sarah McLachlan playing in the background? Like,
I
how
didn't
could you
cry.
not?
I didn't cry.
It's like when she loved me and like they fucking left her out in the fucking
I mean,
middle
it's
of
sad.
nowhere.
It's sad.
fucking sad.
It's a
I want
toy.
to cry right now.
Were you the sort of person that you like? Did you have stuffed animals?
No, not really.
Then why the fuck?
We
you
had
sad?
some. Well, we had toys though.
We had like what? Hogan?
We did have the fucking Hogan, like just the kind of U-shaped arms, like just fucking
Yeah,
Oh
Hogan.
my God.
Hogan
those
was
Can't
old
put
school
his arms
wrestling
down.
toys.
Yep.
We had Stretch Armstrongs, and then I mean, yeah, we had GI Joes and Ninja Turtles and all that usual stuff, but never really stuffed
Plushies, yeah.
animals.
See,
Yeah.
I had
Stuff your plush.
plushies that I would tuck into bed with me, but there were so many plushies that I couldn't tuck them all in together.
Mm-hmm.
So some would be, they would take turns.
Oh, so you
Did you
Because I
rotate
didn't want
out?
them to feel lonely.
Oh.
You know, like, oh, I didn't want one to be up there like she hasn't
You're
put
the
me
one
in the
favorite.
bed for a long time.
Did you have favorites?
Yes, I did. It was the blue doll.
You're part of the problem.
Actually, I couldn't even name my plush animals. Like, I
Couldn't?
was like blue dolphin, green bear. You know.
It's just terrible at naming things.
Left
Jesus
brain.
Christ.
Well, I had like 5 hamsters, all named Whitey.
Haven't you also named your dog like the same name, like your last 3 dogs or something had the same names?
Who you talking to?
You.
Oh, me? Yeah.
I was like,
I
not
was
me,
like-
man. Oh my, I know she's looking at me. I was like, not me.
The same type
You.
of dog, same names.
I named them both Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one I named different, so I'm
Yeah,
growing.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
growing.
That's
Character
true.
development.
You know, when I was working at Wellness, there's this lady came in. She brought a dog, and I was like, "What's the dog's name?" She's like, "That's Blackie." I was like, "Okay." She's like, "That's Blackie too." I was like, "All right, Blackie and Blackie too."
That's funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
The dogs looked identical, dude. How the fuck does she know which one's which?
So it's
She
like
looks
one's the sequel.
Blackie too.
Picks up the tail
with a
at
vengeance.
the anus.
Blackie with a vengeance. Speaking of sequels,
Sequels?
the other movie of note that I saw.
Godzilla?
It's actually an older movie.
Oh. Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Just no, you're
That's
spoiling
what
your
I
own
watched.
things.
That's what I watched.
That's what you watch.
I did want to quickly mention I saw Expendables for the first
Oh,
time.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because it's got like fucking 3 sequels, 2 sequels,
I
whatever.
mean, you were saying that you didn't enjoy it that much.
I you know what? What's such a like okay, you look at all those dudes, right? You're like, oh, it's gonna be a badass movie. Like, I just want all these one lines. I want all these explosions.
Can't
Hey,
fit it all in there.
You can't.
Gotta do it into multiple
Yeah.
You
movies.
couldn't, man. And I guess that's why I was a little bit disappointed because like
Well,
you get
be
Arnold
happy.
Schwarzenegger for
There's
like
2
a
more.
minute.
There's 2 more.
I know. I'm gonna see the
And
rest.
we get Bruce Lee in the next one.
But,
I
like,
mean,
you
not, sorry.
think-
I mean, we get fucking Bruce Lee.
Van Damme.
Fucking. No.
It's like Bruce Lee's in it?
Bruce
I
Willis.
forgot.
Bruce Willis?
Willis.
He was in the first one.
Yeah, well, he comes out in the second one.
Well,
There's
of
more
course.
action,
Wait, who's in
more-
the first one? Because
Dude,
I've
Oh
only
man.
seen
Okay, here we
the
go.
video.
We got Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
We got Sylvester Stallone. We got Jason Statham.
Statham.
We got Jet
Okay,
Li.
real quick.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love those previews for those movies because you're just in the theater. It's just like bam, 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 bam,
Yeah,
bam,
yes,
bam.
it's like all the names. You're
I was
like,
ah. Okay, go on.
Jet Li.
Jet Li.
Fucking Terry Crews is in there.
Okay.
Who's that MMA fighter guy? I forgot his name already. Bald
Randy
one.
Couture.
Randy Couture is in it. He's an MMA dude.
The American Dream, asshole. Fuck you. It's my boy Randy Couture, asshole.
He's fine.
Talk shit.
I mean,
About
he
Randy?
hasn't done anything.
He's Captain
after
America,
MMA.
man. What do you mean?
He hasn't done anything.
What do you mean? His whole career, watch his career. The man fucking deserves respect and honor. He's great.
The audio's gonna be so bad. Go on.
Okay, never mind.
That guy's an actual fighter. Randy Couture's
Are all
real.
of
That
Acting
dude
is a
knocked
job, too.
motherfuckers out.
Did,
Are all of
did
them
I
there?
already say Bruce Willis?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we
That
opened
was
up
like
with
one of the
Bruce
first ones.
Okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger comes out
Okay.
for a little bit.
You already said that.
Fucking Eric Roberts is in this movie.
Wait,
Eric
who's that?
Roberts.
Do you know who Eric Roberts is? He's like
know
he was more prominent in the 80s
Yeah.
and maybe
What's he in?
90s. Oh God, I don't think anything you would have seen him in. You know, okay, you might know his niece, Emma Roberts.
Oh.
He's her dad, probably.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
okay, look, he came out in
Yeah.
one of the Batman movies, right? Where
Did he?
one?
Oh yeah,
Batman
yeah.
throws him off the fucking railings,
one?
and he's like, from one professional to another, you know, from this height, I'm just, you know, like, I'm not gonna die. He's like, I'm planning on it, and he fucking drops him to break his legs.
Ooh.
That was Eric
Oh,
Roberts.
yeah. Was that the
Wait,
second
which
one?
was that?
First one?
I think it was
Or third one?
second one with the Joker, yeah.
Second one?
Yeah.
Okay. He came out in a bunch of other older movies, Best of the Best.
So a nobody,
Best of the best.
basically.
He's not a nobody.
Well, he's an older actor.
Yeah. He deserves some respect.
Okay.
More than Randy
What
Couture.
the? No! Fuck no! No!
Eric Roberts was the best of the best.
Yeah.
Fuck Randy.
Randy was the best of the best.
Randy's
He's
a
making
stupid
movies
name.
about people like Randy. You fuck.
That's true.
I guess you're right.
Yes.
That's true.
God damn it.
But anyway, Eric Roberts is like this, like old school, like, oh dude, like I fucking remember that guy, and he's like still like looks great. He's he's still great at
Do
acting.
they all have like their specialties.
Yeah.
then?
And, oh, you all
Kind of,
forgot
yeah.
Dolph
Well, I was
Lundgren
not
comes
done,
out.
but yeah, Dolph Lundgren is in
they,
there as well.
They all have their own like specialties that they, like you got the demolition guy, you got the fucking
Ooh,
heavy
the
weapons
demolition
guy,
man.
you got the fucking.
Is it
That's
Sylvester
Wesley.
Stallone?
He was in that movie,
Well,
yes.
actually, I think it was
But he's not the demolition guy.
Terry
Aw,
Crews
man.
would be like the heavy.
Terry
weapon
Crews was
fucking-
heavy weapon guy. He comes in there with his fucking big ass gun, just shooting everyone down. Jason Statham liked working with knives and shit. I
I don't
really
like him for some reason.
Jason Statham.
Yeah, he seems cocky.
Well, I mean, kind of has to be, right? He's an action movie hero guy.
You don't have to be cocky to be an action
I
hero
guess you're
guy.
right. I think if anything, he's just. I think
Maybe
he's
his
less
accent.
cocky. I think he's just more sarcastic.
See, and then on the next one, you get fucking
Who do you get?
Spoilers.
Van Damme, you get Wesley Snipes,
Yeah.
you get fucking who else came out?
Ooh.
And then in the one after that, there was even more. Chuck
I
Norris
hear
eventually comes
Antonio
out.
Banderas also comes out.
Antonio Banderas comes out.
What? Oh my god.
I know.
I want to watch it
I
now.
know. You're just like all these fucking guys.
And then he's like, "There's news already." It's like, dude, it's great.
But it was okay. I'm like, okay, here's the thing though. All these vast names, right? Dude, all these guys. But really, the movie
they
only
not
really
mesh?
like centers around Jet Li, Sylvester Stallone, and Jason
Yeah,
Statham.
yeah.
For like, I want to say 75% of the movie is just them three. You know what I mean? And all these other guys are kind of like on the
helping
side.
out.
How
They
do
come
they
in
mesh?
the beginning.
How do they mesh with each other?
I mean, no, they're fine.
more of like their own. Yeah.
Oh, Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke comes out too.
Comes out.
Um,
I think it's good synergy between all of them, right?
You know what I would have liked though? I would have liked. Here's the thing: is like something like John Wick does like way better with what like it's kind of what I want Expendables
The
to be.
action, you mean?
Well, I mean, but also like they bring like they bring out Lawrence Fishburne, right? Or they bring out fucking Halle Berry, or just like all these like known actors, like big names or whatever, and they just come out like. You know, Lawrence Fishburne's like the lord of the fucking subway system or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Halle Berry's like this fucking super rich like Persian fucking goddess, like with her two Dobermans. Like they all have these like cool like archetypes, like something you could
Yeah.
see from a comic book. And you think the same about this movie, like, oh man, all these guys, like they could all have their thing, but really, I mean, really, it all just kind of boils down to they're all just big like action guys, like fine, but I kind of wanted more personality to them and maybe more mythos around. But
see.
but they're just special ops dudes. That's
I
kind of
wonder,
all
I
it
mean,
is.
Well, yeah, right.
They're like military for hire in a sense.
But you, the viewer, go in knowing that they're
Right.
badasses.
Oh yeah.
And then, so their small background of, where it's like, oh yeah, no, totally, they're all fucking badass.
Honestly though,
And
when
it's
I
just small little.
when I was watching it, I felt like they could just be interchangeable. Any of those guys can
Whoa,
play
you
any
almost
other
whacked
role.
me right in the
Sorry,
face.
sorry.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point. They're expendable.
All right, that's it. I'm done talking about
Yeah.
Expendables.
So this is the
Watch
traveling
Expendables.
pants,
It's
man.
good.
Okay.
This is the traveling pants.
Yeah, that is a very
rewatched
hard
it.
left turn that you're about to take.
So I just rewatched the first. Is there only two?
Is there two?
Yeah,
I
there's
thought
two.
it was only one.
No, it's
God.
two. There's a sequel.
Why
It's
the fuck?
more intense.
More
Someone-
intense.
More intense than the
I
first.
won't say who.
than Magic
spoiler
Pants.
alert.
But no, spoil it. No, I mean, that's been out for fucking too long, okay?
At
That's like
least 10
spoiling
years,
Star Wars right
probably.
now. I mean, come on.
One was maybe pregnant, but she's not pregnant. She did it.
Which one was it? I forget.
The really angsty one.
What are we talking about? I don't know
makes the
anything
Asian
about
guy.
this. I don't know
Of the
anything
travel
about this
No.
movie.
Ah!
What's the
okay.
premise?
Okay. Okay. So
She's got it.
there's 4 high school junior girls who've been friends since they were in the womb. Their moms all took like yoga classes together.
Okay.
Okay, right?
All right.
And so they grew up together. They went through hardship. Dad died. Dad left. Guess which? There's one Latina in there. Guess which out of the 3 white girls and 1 Latina girl, which dad left? You want to guess? You want to guess? It's hers. Anyways. And
Oh,
so
man.
they find they're all like different heights, and it has what, America Ferrera?
Yeah.
Her name? Ugly
Okay.
Betty chick?
Yeah, ugly Betty chick.
And they happen to find one pair of blue jeans that fits all of them. And that's because Blake Lively's in there too. And
They're all
she's
different
skinny.
sizes.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're all different sizes,
It's
yet the
magic.
pants magically fit all of them perfectly.
So they see
But
it
they
as
don't
like a
say magic. They're just like,
No,
oh,
no, no,
weird.
no.
These all fit us.
yeah.
sign. Then
Okay.
they're like, oh, this is a sign because we're all going away for the summers. You know, we'll send the pants to each other and it'll make good things happen for all of us. And
So
that's a
good
way
luck
for us
charm.
to stay connected to each other.
Mm.
So they'll write a letter and send the pants.
Oh.
And
So does the movie cover every time a letter is
yes,
sent?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
answered?
yeah. And so
Yeah.
you see all of their perspectives and what's going on. Now I hated this when I saw it in like high school or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but
And now?
I felt it now. You
Cool.
know? I felt it. Maybe because I've experienced a lot of those things.
Yeah. Like
More
it's like now
relatable.
you get it. Like now.
I get it now.
Oh, I see what
I
you're
cried.
doing.
I actually cried. Dude, she does a good job.
Yeah. All
I
right.
cried. Dad, why don't you love me? No, my dad loves me.
Not when, not when you cried, right? With fucking.
What?
You just mentioned right
Yeah,
now.
when
the
did you
movie-
cry?
The movie that
Oh,
made you cry.
fucking Toy Story 2, man.
Not Jesse's Story.
Jesse's Story,
that
man.
did nothing to her.
The travel
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, though, fucking cut deep, dude.
Dude, it's good. She does a good
Not
job.
Jesse's Story of being abandoned as a fucking toy and just being left alone with Sarah McLachlan just
Playing
fucking
in the
singing her
background.
heart out. Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
I
Hard
recommend it
pass.
if you haven't seen
Hard
it.
Hard pass.
I mean, no, it's.
No, I'm kidding.
It's
I know.
alright.
Yeah,
okay.
if it's on the TV, okay,
Give it
maybe
another
I'll watch
watch.
it.
Give it another watch.
It's on the TV, okay, I'll watch it.
It just reeks of early 2000, you know?
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyways, what
Rick,
have you
you've
seen?
been in theaters? Anything you've been watching lately?
Well, actually,
Mr.
after
AMC
this,
Movie Pass.
I'm ahead to see Annabelle.
That's right.
The
That's
new
right.
Oh, okay, okay.
Annabelle movie.
Wait, is this the third one?
The third Annabelle one. Yeah.
Wait.
It is. Holy crap.
You haven't seen Chucky?
No.
You're gonna see Annabelle before Chucky?
Yeah.
Really?
Chucky's not scary.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's fucking Chucky.
I know. Okay, so what happened was the day that I was supposed to go see Chucky, forgot.
How do you
Like,
forget
were the
that?
tickets purchased,
Yeah,
or
tickets were purchased and everything. Heidi and David waiting. They're like, "Where you guys at?"
yeah?
Me and Kathy are laying down in the fucking bed. Like, oh shit! Like our
Damn.
movie's starting now.
Damn,
So
just missed out.
I missed that one, but I saw Detective Pikachu, saw Godzilla, saw what was that movie? Booksmart.
Oh, yeah. I know she liked it. What did you
Yeah.
think of it?
It was cute.
You liked
It was it's like a girl version of Superbad, pretty much.
Cool. I want to
I'm
see.
down with
I
that.
would like.
It's great.
I would like to see
It was,
something
it was
like
really it was really funny, man. It was really great. Like
Cool.
literally that girl version of Superbad, super fucking good.
I want a girl version of like The Sandlot, man.
that.
I think that
Oh,
was
that'd
part
be
2
cool.
or
No,
something.
it's $1 million idea. Don't say anything.
There was a movie like that.
It's
Oh.
not the
One of
same.
their
It's
sequels.
not the same.
Oh,
It's
are
a
you
girl
talking about with
version of
those
the
little
Sandlot.
4
No,
girls
I don't know,
with
man.
Christina Ricci
No,
and
no, I don't
what?
actually. Okay,
and they
okay.
grow up, and
I
then
don't
and then Demi Moore is
actually
one of them.
want girls playing baseball or soft. Did they switch it to softball?
What? I'm trying to remember the fucking movie he's talking about with Christina Ricci.
Isn't it like In and Out or something like I don't know.
Now and Then.
It's Now
Boom.
and Then. Yeah.
I knew we were talking about.
Yeah, Now and Then.
Sorry.
Did they switch it to softball?
What are you talking about?
The second, the
Sandlot
girl
movie?
version.
Oh, I don't know. I
But-
remember that there was a sequel that had like I think it was mostly girls and it was like girls.
But when I
But
say that,
I did not watch that movie.
I don't mean like revolving around baseball. I mean like girls who are like 10, 11 coming of age story.
Oh.
Because you either get like, you only get like high school on, middle school on, you know. I want like a late elementary, early middle school, girls having fun. What?
Well, I was gonna say Stranger Things is kind of like that, right? Where
But
that's
she's
that,
like,
that's
yeah,
age group.
that kind
age
of
group,
thing,
but like
just girls.
Yeah,
girls.
yeah.
Gotcha.
But they don't do that shit, man.
Yeah. No, man.
I want
That'd be
that.
cool though.
What would that be like?
Yeah.
do-
What
do
would those girls
What
do?
do girls that age usually do that's entertaining for me to watch?
I used to use a hammer. Oh no! I tried to dig a hole to China.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know what you could find.
Is this a
you
comedy?
could find. You could find a magical.
I'm gonna say
land.
yes. It's half comedy,
It's
half
the start
drama.
of a fantasy. girls digging
Okay.
in the backyard, and then they find
And she's just transported to China.
No, you can't use any magic. No magic.
no magic.
No
magic?
magic.
Oh yeah, there's no magic.
Sandlot,
in
there's no
Sandlot.
magic.
That's true, no magic.
There is magic, right?
If anything, that's the only magic you can have.
Yeah,
just
right.
the
It's just-
Heart
power
magic.
power of love happening.
I used to break rocks with a hammer and look for diamonds.
Yeah.
They find a diamond, a real diamond, and they started.
You know what? I could see. I'm sorry to cut you off. I was just gonna say. You're drowning. Let me help
your
you.
Future, no.
Go ahead. I want to know
No,
your idea.
I could see like almost like the opposite of Sandlot, where these girls like have a crush on a boy or something.
What? No.
I mean,
What?
No
No.
girls. I mean boys.
the boys.
We need no. I mean, but even
one-
Sandlot,
no,
they have
okay.
a crush on a
One
lifeguard
boy,
girl.
One boy has a crush on the girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like,
one girl.
yeah,
can
so
maybe
have
a
one
crush.
girl crushing over, I don't know,
That's fine.
some guy.
But what else?
And it's like just her misadventure with that guy or something,
That's
right?
the whole movie?
No,
So you
that's
want
just
my girl
one, that's
movie
one of the
to revolve around
Shut the-
guys?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying,
Sounds
you
good.
know, in something like Sandlot,
fun.
that little section with I forget the little boy's name, the one with glasses, liking her, like you know,
Squints is
Squints, right? And they have that little section, but like they all have like little stuff that happens or whatever, like
Yeah.
just something like that. That could be one of the things that
Yeah,
happens.
girls have fun.
That's what I'm
I ride
saying.
my bike,
Girls are allowed to like want boys too. That's all I'm saying.
but not all of them.
No,
And that's not the
because that's
whole
not what the
point.
movie's about. It's about them growing
It's
up,
about heart.
right? And like,
Magic.
what if one of them has like, I don't know.
Hard pass. or Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, Detective
Yeah, go on.
Pikachu.
Go talk about bigger.
All right, let me tell you. So Detective Pikachu comes in, right? It's a fucking 3D movie, and you got Ryan Reynolds voicing this fucking little yellow cute Pikachu thing, right? And then he goes off trying to solve a case. Would you pay money to see that movie?
I didn't.
Would you, if you had the time and money?
No, I have the time and money currently.
Damn. All right.
All right.
You went to go see it.
I went to go see.
I know we're a little late on Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
It's been out for a couple of weeks already, but just if you can quickly maybe just encapsulate how you liked it, if you did or didn't.
It was great. So I did have some issues. With
Oh
it.
yeah, I already know.
Oh,
what you're
really?
I already know.
I haven't heard anything negative about it. Go on.
Are we doing spoilers?
It's been out long enough, right?
I don't know. Maybe people watching this don't want
20
spoilers. You know what? If you want to spoil it, I will keep a time of when we're gonna spoil it, and it'll be in the description if you guys want to check back in. Do you want to spoil it? Yes or no?
Does it matter to you?
Yeah. No, man. I don't have to spoil it. It was a good movie. You should go watch it. If you like Pokemon, go watch it. It's a good movie.
Okay. The Harry Potter mobile game came out, guys.
Oh, that's right.
Dude,
That is speaking of
I have
Pokemon,
not
speaking of
downloaded
Pokemon Go, right?
But
it's better than Pokemon Go.
Is
Okay,
it?
that's what I hear.
Yes.
That's what I hear.
Okay.
It is, because
But
I did play
it's-
Pokemon Go for a little
So I have not heard anything other than that this is like Pokemon Go.
Okay.
What do you got to do? What happens? How do I play this game? I have it on my phone.
Okay. So Pokemon Go, if you're trying to catch a Pokemon, you just go like, boop, you
Yeah.
flick a ball, and that's it.
But you also
And
got to
then
physically be at a location.
Same thing.
Okay.
Same thing. You gotta, the whole travel aspect of it, like walking around, that's exactly the same.
Okay.
Like copy pasted it, same company and everything.
Yeah.
But the difference with this is that you find like something, right? So they're confoundables, I think is what you're trying to capture. So you're trying to capture these things that might let the Muggles know of like wizard existence.
okay.
And so you're trying to capture these things before you're found out, basically.
Okay.
And
So
so
you're part of a cover-up operation.
basically,
It's like it's like not fucking Order of the Phoenix, right? Like we're all these kids just banding together to like do this secret thing, or else they get
no,
in
they're
trouble.
adults. They're all adults.
Okay.
We're all adults.
Well, we're all adults, but
And
in
so-
our hearts,
So
in our
Pokemon
hearts, we're
Go,
kids.
You just flick the ball. You can do like a little spinny, but you just flick the ball, and it feels like it's just up to chance
Yeah.
whether you get it or not.
Flicking balls
This-
sounds good.
I didn't realize I was doing that.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
I wasn't gonna say it because I am mature.
Sorry to derail you.
Go ahead.
And then in the Harry Potter one, you have to find whatever it is, and you do like a spell. So you have to line up the spell. So you do a spell with your finger. So depending on what it needs, like if a person's like encased in ice, you have to do a fire spell, and there's a certain symbol you have to do to do a fire spell, kind of thing. So it's a bunch of different spells for different things. And so when you capture it, you put them in your sticker book, and I love sticker books, man.
Dude, sticker books are cool.
I had a lot of those.
We
I
had
Bugs
some.
Life sticker
We
book.
had some.
And I don't know. It just seems a lot more polished than the Pokemon Go one. Because it was getting kind of bare bones where it's like, oh, well, we don't know what to do anymore, so let's create shiny ones. They're actually called shinies.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like the same Pokemon
those
again.
have been in the game for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Are there...
Shinies are just like super rare.
So Pokemon Go had like where you had like 3 like clans or colors you could choose from. Does this have anything like
at
that?
this point...
The Potter houses, I
Well,
imagine.
I'm asking if
Well,
there
you're
is.
adults, so you're not in like Hogwarts or anything.
See?
You can put like what your house is in your profile, but the only thing I can see that changes what you do is you can choose what your profession is.
Okay.
So you're either a professor, an auror, so like the wizard, police, or FBI, or like a care of magical creatures person kind of thing. But you can change it at any point. And it's kind of like in a traditional video game where you have like skill sets and you kind of level up on a tree kind of thing. But that's it.
Are you playing against other people? Like,
You
know,
can-
you're competing at all?
You
or?
can, but I haven't walked around. So I'm just literally doing it at my house.
Just the confines of your fucking house. God damn it.
I told you.
Oh no!
I've been in my bed this whole time doing it. So
Just
very
kinda
pretty,
defeats
though.
the purpose.
It's
yeah,
pretty, though.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I heard it was good, so I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out, especially because like that first week of Pokemon Go was just like not even that first couple of months,
it was
2-3 months, dude. It
insane.
was insane how many people were playing that fucking game.
yeah.
Like literally, I was like at a Pokestop, like just in the middle of nowhere, and there's a guy there, fucking doing a gym battle or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, like I can't escape this thing. Like I know that guy's playing right now. Like it was just,
I love it.
it was crazy, you know. I remember that time as being super magical for fucking Pokemon Go.
Yeah. They have inns for Harry Potter. They're
Yeah?
called Inns.
What do
and
you do
get
at the
food.
inns?
Nice.
You get
Nice.
food for your magical energy. For your pee.
Yeah.
Your pee.
That's cool.
Your pee.
Your pee,
Your
your mana.
pee-pee.
Yeah, whatever you want to call
Your
it.
Picture points.
Psychic power.
That sounds cool. Maybe I'll check it out.
Do it, guys. Be my friend.
See,
Shadow
I play.
Dragon something.
I'm gonna like lay it. I'll lay it right here when you right here.
Add me.
Shadow.
Shadow
It's like
Dragon.
right here, probably. Shadow Dragon.
That was my like.
Such a fucking like, just like late '90s
God
fucking kid. Like
I think it's Shadow Dragon 92.
I'm the Shadow Dragon.
Well, when I first signed up for Pottermore, back
Yeah.
when that first started, that
That was
my
your name?
Name that was given to me. So I just
Okay,
kept it
okay.
forever.
Nice.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Actually, it was already taken,
Such
so
a-
I had to change it to 92.
Such a like
Shadow
angsty
Dragon.
teen name. I love it.
Yeah.
I also played mobile games, but I don't know if you're playing any of the ones I'm playing.
Probably not.
Probably not. I have a couple that I kind of hop around from. Speaking of mobile games, I've also been playing a couple myself. They're a little bit older-ish, but well, one's by Nintendo actually. You guys know what gacha games are? Let me tell you.
How do you spell it?
I think it's GACHA.
I'm familiar with the term.
Yeah, you know how they kind of work or whatever. Well, the idea of gacha games, well, it's based off of gacha like machines in like Japan and stuff.
Okay.
It basically you put a quarter, you like I mean, you've seen them, right?
Oh,
And
okay.
a toy
I
comes out or
understand.
whatever. Well, it's kind of that concept, but like in digital form. So in this case, the game I play is it's like a little RPG kind of top-down Diablo style game
Okay,
made by Nintendo, right? But it's a beautiful looking game. It's called Dragalia Lost.
I couldn't get into
Oh, well, you don't have to. Matter of fact, there's an auto button. You could just auto and let it fucking fight for you. You know, if you're not even like I don't like the
feel
video
like
game part.
grinding.
Yeah, if you just I want to see my numbers going up.
I have
auto.
a problem with that whole concept.
Well, it's optional. It's just, you know, here's the thing, and I will explain to you why.
But just the fact that it's in there
Yeah.
bothers me.
Okay. I will explain to you why after that.
I know.
Let me finish
Go ahead.
explaining Dragalia Lost, though.
Go ahead.
So,
No, I want to know. I want to go ahead.
okay, yeah, we're going to get into it.
I want to know why he hates it. Well, okay. Go ahead.
Just so finishing what a gacha game is. Gacha games don't necessarily have to be that game mechanic. The thing about gacha games is that you are accruing a type of currency to allow you to pool or try to get certain heroes, right? And
Okay.
it's going to be different. They can be called different names of different games. But in the case is like, hey, they are showcasing this badass new dragon and these two cool new characters. Hey, the game will tell you have a chance to get these heroes or, you know, a couple other good but regular ones or whatever. So it's kind of like you're putting quarters in to try and get like a good one or whatever.
Okay.
So that's the way gacha games kind of work. So if you pull like, you know, one of the really good ones that they're showcasing for an event or something, it's like, badass, I got this cool fucking dragon. This is the only time I can get this dragon. I'm going to level him up and I'm going to kick ass with him or something, right?
Okay.
It's called gambling.
Yeah. It's kind of like gambling a little bit.
Sounds exactly
Yes.
like.
But you're not using real money.
But you're getting that kick, right?
A little bit, yeah.
You're getting that fix.
Yeah, you get that high. Like, I got him. I gotcha.
So Zay, gotcha kid.
So that's kind of it fires, you know, like those neurons in your head are fucking
Yeah.
firing,
Yeah.
and you're like, I fucking got him. Like, you know, that's what the
I don't
game
even
is.
like to spend like fake money though.
I'm the same way. But if you're grinding enough, it's like, yeah,
That's
I got
true.
money, I got extra. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just crank the wheel one time, see what I come up with. And the game is really good about giving you free vouchers. Like, hey, here's the fucking free summons.
Oh my
We have an
God,
event
sounds
going on.
exactly.
You just sound like a terrible fucking.
We have an
addict.
event going on.
You just
here's
sound like a terrible
here's a-
fucking addict.
here's a
You're
10
like,
pool.
But they give me a little bit, and it's so good.
Here's your
and
one
it's
free.
so awesome when I
No,
get it,
no.
but when I don't have it, I'm mad.
No, I'm not even mad. I'm like, I'm good. I got leveled up.
He would take the free
Fuck it.
coming.
I missed out on
He
the new
would,
one.
he would.
And they have special event ones. Like right now, there's a wedding one, and so all the anime girls are in wedding dresses. I'm skipping this one though. I'm like, I don't need them in wedding dresses. I don't give a shit.
Right.
But the dragon though, the dragon in this event, I fucking got it. It was
But the
awesome.
maid outfit, that
But
one.
this
I'm
maid
getting.
outfit, I wanted that one.
Is it a dragon and a
No,
werewolf?
it's Nintendo though, so it's not really like it's not like that kind of game. But there are definitely those kinds of games. But no, Dragalia Lost pretty good. I like it. If you want to waste some time, have fun. It's great. What do
I
you?
might.
So you have a problem with auto?
Hate it. You hate it.
I mean, it's like if the whole reason I download the app is to play the game. Why am I going to push a button for the app to play itself?
Because one, you might be busy doing something. Because two, you've run and done this dungeon run so many times, you might be just fucking bored. Like, my guys are strong enough; they can do it on their own.
You use the word bored, and that's when I uninstall the app.
Well, what I mean is like if you're, you know, because the game, yeah, it's a mobile game, right? So it can seem a little bit repetitive if you're, you know, okay, it's the same thing in MMOs. It's like, hey, I want to get legendary
But in
gear.
MMOs, you usually have that time is invested towards something.
I mean,
'Cause you're
and that's what
going
this is.
But you're socializing and you're doing all that stuff. With mobile games, I feel like it's not even there yet. And the whole automated play stuff feels like I'm just wasting my fucking battery on my phone.
That's
My
what it feels
phone's
like.
on, and it's just
Think
wasting
of it like,
battery because it's playing.
Think of it like Bitcoin mining in a sense of
I
like for you to get a
understand it. What I'm
Bitcoin.
saying is I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna download a game, I want to play the game.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's optional.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you want to do the dungeon run, you can. You're killing
When I do
monsters.
stuff like
You're
that,
leveling
it,
up.
It makes me feel like I'm enslaved to the fucking game. Because then it becomes work. I gotta fucking clock in at this time to unlock my stupid chest,
Mm-hmm.
and then get my stuff. Okay, I did my fucking daily, and then I gotta fucking do this. I'm gonna put it on
I
automated
agree.
because I need all this fucking money by this time so that I can get the cool new stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
I like
I'm
it.
not
It's
playing
fun. I like it.
that.
I
That
agree.
is not for me.
I agree with him.
Well, you don't. You
Uninstall.
can't say
I
it until
don't
you
Hard
do
played
that.
pass
I don't
on
do that.
Dragalia Lost for me. I'm sorry.
it. Not even playing it.
I already know the goddamn game.
I don't know.
It's a gotcha game.
You should try it.
You should play what I'm playing.
It's pretty good.
I'm playing
You're not playing it. It's playing itself.
I'm playing crossword puzzles. Go on.
Crossword puzzles. All right, I guess that's a sign that we should probably cut this off already.
It's on my phone.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. We're thinking about maybe doing an email segment at some point. I don't know if we get enough viewers, but if you want us to do an email segment, I never do this, but only because I want to hear some feedback. Give us a like, and then that'll tell me, hey, maybe we should. Maybe if you want to write in, like it, and then I'll set up an email, and we'll take people's questions and stuff at some point. Yeah, I am. Anyway.
Like it, and he might show a little more.
I know, right? I might show a little more, something. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll be back with more of our thoughts and impressions and things we've been playing in the future. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.